Friday, June 9th, 2017, Maneco 64, home of alternative economics and contrarian views. So I'd like to talk about the stock market, also the tech stocks at the end of this week on Friday. It's 11 p.m. London time. And the reason I say it's interesting is because, for example, as you can see here, the Dow finished the day up 89 points, almost 90 points, up 0.42%. S&P closed down 2 points, virtually unchanged. But then you look at the NASDAQ Composite Index, that closed down 113.85 points, or down 1.8%. So I think it could be a web bot hit. A few days ago, one of the viewers, subscribers, asked me a question. He said, "Oh, did you notice that the web bot and Cliff High said something about June 9th in his latest Bear Naked Wealth report from the beginning of June?" Bear Naked Wealth number 2 is a curious crypto compendium. It's $99. I made a brief summary about it, and I looked into it. I think it was yesterday, actually. So I said to I found something. I found the part about where he talks about June 9th on page 17, and he says basically, and I quote, the data sets have the feeding of the markets going off the rails or uncoupled or out of sync appearing around June 9th. These sets are suggesting that the impacts will become visible later in June and then resurface for a slap in the face in mid-September, just before the equinox, where the idea of equal shares will be a overwhelming and dominated meme. And I replied to the subscriber, I said, it could be the fact that there's a discrepancy between the economy in the US, and the stock market, or it could be something else. And I said, we'll find out soon. And what I mean by the discrepancy in the economy is this here. I'll just show you this chart. It's the US Macro Surprise Index versus the S&P. The Macro Surprise Index is an index compiled by Citibank, and every time there's a macro number that comes out for the economy, if that number is within expectation, there's no difference between the expectation and the actual number. It's zero. And if the numbers come out better than expected, the index becomes positive. So you can see that since the like March, for example, that index has been dropping, and it's now like minus 43, which means a lot of the economic or macro numbers are coming out worse than expected. But the S&P, which pretty much tracks this index, has diverged massively. So I told the subscriber, or the viewer, it could be because of that. But I think it's because of what happened today to the FANG stocks, F-A-N-G, FANG. And according to, Investopedia, they're high-performing tech stocks. And they're composed of Facebook, Amazon, Netflix, and Google. But I think you can also add Apple, so it becomes FANG with 2 A's. Or you can also add Microsoft. And if you look at these stocks today, I'll start with Facebook, and I'll put a chart up. And these are 10-day charts from MarketWatch. You can see June 9th how massively, we've massively dropped, and this is the lowest for the month of June. I know it's the month's still young, but Facebook closed down today 3.4%. The price on the chart there, that's after hours, but you can see there on the chart how the price action was pretty bad. It did rebound a little bit towards the end and then came back down. So pretty bad day for Facebook, which is the F part of the FANG Stocks, Facebook. So now let's have a look at Amazon. So Amazon here, you can see the same kind of scenario for, you know, this month of June. Really big drop today. And Amazon was down 3.24%. That down 0.5 there is after hours, but as you can see again, the chart, yeah, Amazon down 3.2%. Now let's have a look at Apple, which is still part of the FANG with 2 A's. So Apple there, the same kind of move today, pretty precipitous drop. I think there was even a little flash crash during the day there. Apple, yeah, closed the day, I think it was down about just over 3% as well. Now let's go to Netflix. Same price action, so pretty bad there. A little flash crash there before it rebounded. Netflix was down almost 4.5% on the day, and now we'll look at Google, or as the stock is called, the company, you know, is now called Alphabet Inc. The Class A stock, you can see there, big drop again today. And Alphabet was down 3.2%. So yeah, the FANG stocks got hit hard. One of the reasons for this move in the tech stocks or FANG was this tactical considerations report from today by Goldman Sachs. And they asked the question, is FANG mispriced? So Zero Hedge, you know, noted that this led to the sell-off in the FANG stocks. But yeah, one thing that's interesting is, you know, how these tech stocks or FANG stocks dropped quite dramatically today. You know, 3 to 4% lower, while the Dow was up 89 points or almost 90 points. The Dow closed, you know, at an all-time high. I think the NASDAQ made an all-time high on June the 2nd, along with the S&P, but they haven't made an all-time high today. So there's a bit of non-confirmation or discrepancy between the NASDAQ, the Dow, and the S&P. So yeah, I'm asking the question whether this is a web-bought hit. As the comment says on that report, you know, we're going to see more of a discrepancy at the end of this month, and it's going to be really bad by mid-September. I thought that was interesting and that I'd bring that up. The other market I want to talk about is the British pound. With the election, you know, the uncertainty now with a government that's a coalition with a small party from Northern Ireland, the fact that Theresa May really, you know, her decision to have a snap election backfired, and she lost her majority in Parliament. So I'm going to bring up the British pound. You can see here, this is from, you know, August last year. There's a flash crash in October there. I think it was overnight in Asia on a Sunday. But as you can see, you know, the pound was trading most of this year until she announced her, you know, the snap election towards the end of April. You know, the pound rallied and was able to trade above 128, traded up above 130 towards the end of May. And you can see that trend line. It's been hugging that trend line in the last few weeks. And then the last 2 days, we've broken through that trend line. We've also broken below the high there in the beginning of December at 127.75. And I think the last I saw, yeah, we're trading around 127.40. So it looks like the pound also is on its way back down. I would say 122 to 120 would be a pretty realistic target for the next few weeks or months. So for, you know, my viewers from the UK, holding gold, I know it's been a frustrating week for gold and silver, but I still, you know, in British pounds, it hasn't done too badly, and I think it's still the place to be for all investors in, you know, in all countries that, well, all fiat currencies. And what about the cryptocurrencies, just to finish off? Well, they're still doing fairly well today. Bitcoin 2010, Ethereum 275, so right near the highs, 24-hour highs and all-time highs. Steam has done fairly well, very well today. We were up to 282 in Steam right now. Looks like we're around 261, up 10% according to World Coin Index. So cryptocurrency is doing well. So yeah, I just wanted to point out this discrepancy in the FANG stocks, or the tech stocks and NASDAQ, versus the overall market. It's not a good sign. Am I saying the market's going to crash? I saw that Greg Manarino thinks the tech bubble has burst. I still think it's early days to say that, but I think it's worth keeping an eye on it, especially with the non-confirmation today, the Dow finishing at an all-time high, but the NASDAQ and the S&P 500 failing to finish at an all-time high, and the NASDAQ dropping almost 2%. That's quite a discrepancy there. So yeah, I think maybe this could be a web-bot hit, and we'll have to wait and see. So if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up, share it far and wide. Yeah, watch me on Steemit as well. I think Steemit is gonna be a great competitor of YouTube going forward. It's, you know, if you go back 20 years ago, who would have thought that Amazon would be the biggest retail stock in the world in 20 years time, that it would, you know, its CEO would be almost, you know, one of the richest men in the world. Who would have said that in 1996, 97? So maybe, you know, 5-10 years time, Steemit will be right up there with YouTube. I'm still learning how to participate in Steemit, but I'm trying my best. So yeah, I'll talk to you later, and have a good weekend. Take care. Bye.